Hey everybody, I'm Brent, and today I'm doing a very special project for a buddy of mine, for Dusty from Wisteria Lodge. I've had a couple of his guitars in the shop on the channel. What am I doing for Dusty today? Well, I'm putting together this special project that he has. He wants a single soapbar P90 pickup on this Warmoth body. We're going to be putting in one volume, one tone. This is a prefabricated set from Gunstreet. This pickup is also from Gunstreet. This is a 50s era soapbar P90 pickup. We've got the Gunstreet Les Paul Junior wiring harness. Look at the size of that capacitor. This was wired really nice. Maybe I'll have a photo. I had to take off the switch. I'm going to try and make it as nice as it currently is. I need to add the pickup to the volume pot. I've got to feed everything in, add a ground wire, which I'm using some cloth wire, pretend wire here. We've got our switch. And once we feed the wires to the body, have to reconnect that. This Warmoth body, ooh, pretty nice. There's the logo. We've got the, for the springs here, which I've never seen this on a guitar before, but because we had to mount this P90 to the body, the screws potentially actually come through this very thin part where it is. So we don't want anything interfering here. And also that'll be a little bit easier to connect the ground wire up here and not have it interfere with anything. I've already mounted the P90 pickup. Actually, let me just kind of take it out and show you what I did. I was a little nervous about doing this part, lining it up and everything, until I watched somebody on YouTube, I can't remember who, mount one. And what they did was they took the pickup cover off. This is a pretty tight fit in there. They took the pickup cover off and set it in upside down to mark for their holes. So that's what I did. So I was able to drill carefully through there. I had this piece of foam, which is pretty compacted now, that I'm just putting under here. We've got the screws already going through it, and the springs. I'm probably going to have to go back and adjust that, but for now, I'm just going to leave it. This thing right here is about the cost of most of my guitars, which I find hilarious. We've got the pick guard, which has been cut. This has been routed out already. The pick guard has been cut for the P90. So we're going to have to assemble all that eventually. I've already started work on this. But I've got this, may remember this neck. We've put the fender locking tuners back on here. This Warmoth neck. Then I took off that Mary Kay edition fender that Dusty has. I didn't have to do any leveling. I did make a slight adjustment to the truss rod. But I've already polished and done everything. We've got some chocolate knobs from All Parts that Dusty rather liked to go on. Oh, some black pickguard screws. I haven't taken a look at this to see if it fits. I got this from just on Amazon, this place called Vintage Forge Guitar Parts. We've never tried any of their stuff before. I really just wanted to make sure I got a good fit on, this is a jack plate. So let's take a look at that. Let's see, do I have screws in there? Yeah, I got a little bag of screws. Pretty nice. And let's see how that goes. Nice and flat. Yep, I was having some problems with some of the jack plates that I had, having it sit flush in there. So that should be perfect. All right, so we got that, and then we've got our Fender neck plate, genuine parts. And in this box over here, I have a couple of springs for the trim, which is 2-point trim. And then we've got the rolling string tree. Once I get its neck on. But I need to get this soldering done. I'm a little anxious about this part, to say the least. Just because the soldering job on here is really well done. And I really don't want to overheat anything on the volume pot. So the way this is wired, we've got the wires for the jack. I just put a little piece of blue tape so I could differentiate which was the positive. The blue tape is the positive. And that is going to the middle lug on the volume pot. We have this, I can't read it, 2342. I don't know what capacitor this is, but it is a large orange capacitor. And look how they've got everything wired. Everything, this braided wire is all wrapped in this plastic sheath, even around the capacitor, right to the lugs. It's all really well done. When this was connected, I'll include a picture of what this was like when it was connected to the jack. It was all sealed off, looked really nice. This capacitor is connected to the middle lug on the tone, and the input lug on the volume. I don't know if you can see it. It's connected on this side. So I'm going to have to connect the positive, the hot wire for the pickup, to that same lug, which I'm a little nervous about doing. Then the negative wires and ground wire to the top of the volume pot. Hey, these Gunstreet are all labeled Gunstreet. I don't know if you can make that out. I can't really see it in the camera. Pretty cool stuff. I'm going to wire up the pickup and the ground wire to this volume pot before I start installing things. Once I get those wired up, then I'll start, I'll put these on the pick guard, get everything wired in there, and then we'll get the output jack and wire that up. Okay, sorry if you didn't see much of that. I've got everything wired up. Sorry, I can't lift it too high. But I've got the ground wire on there. I've got the the P90 grounded to the volume pot, hot wire connected to the input. I'm just feeding the jack wires through this hole. I'm going to start feeding this ground wire. All right, that doesn't look like that's going anywhere. get this blue tape off. Don't need that anymore. That's in there. All right, let's see if we can get this one. Now, I think that's pretty solid in there. I'm going to call that good. What I'm really interested in is this part right here. So I have fixed these little heat shrink tubes. Hoping I can get that down over that part. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let me get, I got something new. This was a great excuse to get it, but I thought I might use it for other purposes. I got this little heating gun, low setting. Not pointing it at the guitar body. How did that go? Could I have just gotten a lighter? Probably. Probably. That's all right. All right, so let's see if we can feed a little bit back in here. Actually, I need to put the plate on, so let's do that. Okay, so I can't tell if it's on. Yeah, it's on. Okay. All right, let's get the jack screwed on and the pick guard. Whew. I always get nervous during that. Like something's not gonna work. So Dusty brought me the body of the guitar, the pickup, the wiring harness, that kind of claw. It's not really a claw. It's like two individual claws, one for each screw. That was on here. I think we had strap buttons. I switched them over to black. You know, once I got the pickup, you know, just kind of looking at it, mocked up, the pickup with the black pick guard and just the colors of the guitar. I thought the black jack boat would go pretty well, and the strap buttons might as well be blacked out. The tuners are chrome. The trem is chrome. String tree is chrome. The knobs are chocolate brown. One there. We've got the ground wire here. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to put, so I need to get some solder on that spot. Oh, he doesn't have a back cover. He doesn't even have holes drilled. Well, that's going to be okay there. I think it should be. I'll get his spring sorted. I'm done soldering. Yay! Okay, so I've got it all wired up. I've got the trem on, the springs attached on the back here. Need to tighten those up once I get strings on. We've got the chocolate top hat knobs on there. Again, this is the Gunstreet era 50s P90 soap bar pickup. We've got it wired with the Gunstreet Les Paul Junior wiring harness. So one volume, one tone. Pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Really nice Warmoth body. And so I've done all the fretwork. I've made a slight adjustment to get this neck as flat as possible on the truss rod here, which is just here. And I've gone ahead and checked all the levels on the frets. They're all level. And so we've given them a buffing and polishing. I did condition the fingerboard before I did any of that to make sure that the frets were okay. And yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet. So now, now's the part where we get to attach everything together and get some strings on. So this is a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be, with that treble bleed that they've got installed in the wiring. This is just on a clean channel, volume all the way up, tone all the way up. But when you move the volume down, it's about 8 now. About 6, 4, just kind of keeps the I don't know how to describe it. It's different than normal. I'm not as versed as this stuff as the owner of this guitar, so forgive me. Maybe if I'm lucky and I get Dusty to play this guitar and send me some video, it'd be a lot better, I'm sure. Anyway, this is the, I don't know, Warmoth custom guitar. Really, really interesting build for me to get to do. Thank you, Dusty, for letting me do this for you. Man, just to get to see this and see how it worked. This is the best gig in the world, man. I get to see all sorts of crazy stuff. It's just people bring me things. It's awesome. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thanks again for watching. And as always, wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a fantastic day. Cheers.